Hello and welcome to another IELTS speaking practice. So today there will be two students. Well, Miss Trúc here and then Mr. Trio will come soon. So two students will do their regular speaking practice. Now, so are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's start with part one first. And I would like you to try some newer topic as always. Let's try 103. It's about reading. It's about reading something, it doesn't have to be reading books. It can be magazines, it can be ebooks or something like that. Novels or reading anything, comics, manga, something like that. So, Ms. Drup, are you an intensive or extensive reader? Intensive, an extensive reader, you know what it means?
Yes. Đọc kỹ hoặc là đọc nhiều. Đúng rồi.
Extensive reader means like reading longer, easier texts for an extended period of time without breaking down or of comprehension. Đọc rộng. Intensive reading is about reading closely, focus on the depth of understanding. Học sâu, đọc kỹ, and intensive. And extensive means like you try to cover as many topics as you can within some times. Đọc rộng với là đọc sâu. So, are you an intensive or an extensive reader?
I think
Sorry,
that
I'm making no sense now. So, are you an intensive or an extensive reader?
I'm an extensive reader. I think it's my favorite subject. I will be read closer and deeper, but in general, I just want to read as much as I can to cover everything in the book I read.
I see. So, have you ever read self-help books? Self-help books, there's a lot of books like that. Like one of the most famous is How to Win Friends and Influence People. You have ever heard about this one? In Vietnamese, it's Đắc Nhân Tâm. Well, have you ever read the English version of this one? How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is actually one of the title of a self-help book. So self-help books, sách dạy đời, sách giúp tự giúp bản thân, mình hay gọi là sách dạy đời. How to live, how to survive. Like, look at there are some titles of self-help books. Like, for example, how 7 habits of highly effective people, the power of a law of power, the power of now, ikigai, something like that. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Ever heard about these things? Think and Grow Rich, for example. Uh, Good Vibes, Good Life, something like that. Have you ever read those self-help books?
To be honest, I have not read books many recently, but I still learn some courses that help me increase my communication skill,
Sorry?
communications,
Increase my
have my communication skill
to have your
and
communication skill.
and um, professional skills that have I will have myself to be improved.
To improve. I see. So Mr. Trill is joining us here. Okay, so what genre? So this word is pronounced genre. Genre. It's the types of book, chủng loại sách, thể loại. So we are doing speaking now, Mr. Trill. You should turn on your microphone now. Don't
Okay.
worry about the noise because we have noise canceling here.
Yeah. It's raining heavily
I
outside.
know, don't worry. We hear nothing. Don't worry. We have noise canceling here, you see?
Yeah.
Don't
Sorry,
worry.
I
Don't
late.
worry. Your teacher's rich. I'm just joking. Don't worry. Your teacher is rich.
Yeah,
I'm just joking.
absolutely. I
Oh,
know
well.
your situation.
So we are talking about reading, you know? So,
Yeah.
Mr. Trill, you know what is an intensive and extensive reader?
Uh, I am an intensive reader. I'm lazy reading. Just for some research or when I need some
Research.
information, I will read book for information.
Right. So, Mr. Can you explain to Mr. Trill what intensive and extensive readers mean?
Extensive reader mean
Yeah,
who are who read books deeply and
deeply and
deep,
thoroughly, right?
deeply and thoroughly want to know everything that uh, good uh, clearly
Một cách
and
sâu sắc và triệt để.
and
Đọc sâu và triệt để.
extends
Yeah. Okay. How about extensive reader?
and an extensive reader is who want to read books as much as possible
As many books as possible, right? To cover a wide to
cover
cover a wide array of topics, right? Đọc intensive reading là đọc kỹ, đọc sâu về một chủ đề, còn extensive reading là đọc rộng á, để biết được nhiều chủ đề khác nhau, đọc lướt nhiều đó. Okay, so Mr. Trill, have you ever read self-help books? So these are some self-help books title I can give you. For example, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale
Yeah.
Carnegie. In Vietnamese, it's Đắc Nhân Tâm. Wow.
I
And
got
there's
that book,
self-help
but
books.
I have not read all the page yet.
Oh, you shouldn't. Because I have only read this one when I was like, I think 20 years ago, I think.
Oh my God.
It was 20 years ago. I'm old, okay? It was when I was like in high school. I read this one in English. And well, it wasn't that great, okay. But anyway, how about you? What have you read?
Uh, I have read the book The Seven Habits of Highly Effective in some
This one?
yes,
Mhm.
this one. I got it on my hand now.
Oh, you got it on your hand. So is it a good book? What do you think?
Yes, it's a good book. Because my boss advised all the staff to read that book.
Ah,
Book.
so you think it's helpful, I say.
Yeah. So I've read that book and apply something that Stephen Covey, the author of the book, mentioned to us to help us become better.
I see. Right. So Mr. How often do you visit a library or bookstore? It can be an online bookstore, you know. Like, for example, if you go on Amazon.com, you can order books, yeah, or something like that.
oh, I think I don't visit a library for reading book anymore nowadays. Instead of that, I love visiting a bookstore online that I can read many books without any free. And my favorite books are novels,
What?
especially novels,
Novels. You mean novel,
novels,
not
novels,
nervous. It's novel. Novels.
novels.
Novels. Not nervous, okay? It's a different word. Okay, novels. It's novels.
It's novels.
Okay. But Mr. What genre? Genre. It's a French word, genre. Well, you should read this, I think. How's pronounced?
Genre.
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 Genre. It's, you know, the R in French is very, very weak, you know. Cái chữ R trong tiếng Pháp nó rất là nhẹ. Genre.
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 But I think it's genre is fine. So, what genre of books do you prefer, Miss Trúc?
I enjoy reading novels, especially detective fiction.
Detective
And
Conan. Is it?
My favorite authors is Agatha Christie.
Of course. Agatha
She,
Christie. Agatha Christie, right? Is that her name? Okay. Oh, Christie. And her book, Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, the ABC Murder. So she actually wrote a lot of novels, like horror novels, right? Oh, she died a long time ago.
I think it's a thriller, not horror.
Thriller, right?
Yes.
Ah, thriller. I see. Okay, what other ones?
Oh, she writes many characters that I love so much.
Mm.
My favorite books of hers is Murder on the Orient Express.
This one, Murder on the Orient Express.
And it's also her bestseller. So
see.
yes, I recommend people should read the books once because it's really interesting.
Interesting. I see. So, Mr. Trio, how often do you visit a library or a bookstore?
I sometimes visit a bookstore just online. When I was a student, I often go to the library for researching and reading books for learning materials. However, after graduation, I didn't have much time to go to the library, so I choose online books instead.
I see. Right. So, how about, okay, so do you prefer reading books or watching movies based on books, Mr. Trio? Like, for example, you know, some novels, they are turned into, or they're transformed into movies, you know, like
Yeah.
they are transform, biến đổi hình dạng, transform into movies. Like, for example, which one? I think, for example, Doraemon. It's a very famous comic that is transformed into movies a while ago. Detective Conan also turned into movies. What else? In Vietnam, I think there are some other ones like Lão Hạt.
Tôi thấy hoa vàng trên cỏ xanh.
Yes, it's also turned into movies. And I think what I have in mind is that two novels from Vũ Trọng Phụng.
Số đỏ.
Yes, another one too. Well,
I know.
actually, his novels are really provocative. You know, it's provocative because it's nó hít con người ta, nó hít nó gợi lên gì đó. Okay, it's very provocative because look at the titles. Well, you can see he wrote a lot of things, how to become a prostitute, something like that. Or this one. All right. And I think some of them has been transformed or into movies. quite successfully, I think. But sadly, he died very young. But he's a very talented novel writer, I think. He died only like age 26, you see.
Yeah.
It's very sad. After he married his spouse for only 1 year and he died. Had one children. Okay. Anyway, so Mr. Trio, are there any kind of so do you prefer reading books or watching movies based on books?
For me, the movies transfer from books are more preferable, because when watching movies, I quickly understand the details of the books, and it will save much more time to read. Watching movies are also interesting. Um, it can help me to relax during watching, uh, and I can watching and do the other thing at the same time.
Yes. I see. How about you, Mr.? Do you prefer reading books or watching movies based on books?
Oh, I think I prefer watching movies based on books than reading books. But sometimes I think it's have both disadvantages and advantages when people transform books into movies. You know that are two style of people who are interested in this genre, fans of the original book and movie. Hmm. And because if the contents is not well,
Content.
not well, uh, it can
Well
be
written? You mean well written?
it's not well, it's not. No, I think the contents of the movies is not well. When compared with the books, it can be a disaster.
Yes. How about the acting of the people in the movie? It could also be a success or a failure, you know?
Yes, and the acting is very important.
Mhm.
You know, many people love just other, love just other, especially when they have the contents for that. So if you want to make a movies based on books successful and make people pay their attentions and love it, it's really hard.
I see. So, but Mr. Trill, are there any kinds of books that are not worth reading? Có những loại sách nào mà không đáng đọc không? You know.
Uh, I think there's various book belongs to the specific major,
And there are
like
various types of books
yeah,
that belong to,
specific major.
you mean specialist books, you mean?
Yeah, like technologies or medical. I
You
don't have
mean
any.
specialists or
Yeah,
specialized books that
yeah,
belong to any specific like major? You mean like
technical technology
or
medical.
technical books? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
this
for
is
example, if you work in human resources and
yeah,
you read books in say medicine, it wouldn't
like
make sense, right? It
psychology.
wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, most of the book I read is about psychology, about
Hmm.
people, culture, and
Agriculture,
communication.
communication. You mean
Communication, because I also in charge in
in charge
internal
of? I'm also
communication.
in charge of
Yeah, in charge of internal communication.
internal communication.
Yeah, so I just mainly read book about this topic.
I see. How about you, Mr. Are there any kind of books that are not worth reading for you?
I think everything has its own value,
Hmm.
more or less, depending on its target audience.
Target audience, I like it.
But only for me, I think books about family probably don't interest me at all because at now I don't have any uh, tool or space for planting.
Mhm.
So I think it's not realistic.
It's not,
It's not realistic.
it's not real or it's not
It's
practical, no?
it's not. Yes, it's not practical for me
Okay.
read
Yeah, it's not
to read
practical.
them.
I think one kind of books I find really not worth reading, it's books that teach you how to be a millionaire, I think. Those kind of books, teaching people how to be rich. There are like millions of them online. Những sách làm giàu á, sách của những người phông bạc nữa. you know. And then books of people, books that are written by famous people. Those famous people, they are celebrities. So they hire writers. They hire ghost writers to write for them. And of course, those celebrities, they don't know how to write, but they hire ghost writers to write for them, you know. And there are some other kinds of books that are called memoirs, memoirs,
Memoir.
hồi ký.
Mem
Memoir, it's những cuốn hồi ký. Like for example, memoirs of say memoir books, like for example, you can see memoir of famous people like Michelle Obama here, memoir of Bill Clinton, memoir of Hillary Clinton, something like that. To be honest with you, a lot of those stories in those books are not real. And in Vietnam, for example, specifically, I have personally known a lot of people who hire writers to write for them books, about themselves, memoirs. And honestly, I don't think those books are great. Okay. And also one more thing, books for entertainment, like it has a very low value. It provides little value to the readers because after you read it, it's like nothing remains on your head. It's just like it read for fun. Nó cung cấp rất là ít giá trị đối với người đọc luôn á, những sách mà đọc cho giải trí thôi. Yeah, I think those kind of books are not worth reading. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, there are different opinions on this topic, though. I mean, what do you think? Okay, so, but Mr. Do you think a good book has to have a good plot twist? Plot twist, right? Plot twist, it's when the story becomes 360-degree different. It becomes very dramatic. Nó gọi là cú lúc mà nó gọi là, tiếng Việt nó gọi là gì ta? Cái điểm xoắn của một cái cốt truyện á.
điểm cốt lõi.
Không phải, cốt lõi là cái điểm quan trọng. Còn cái lúc
Nội ngược
mà
dòng.
nó kịch tính hơn á, cái câu chuyện nó kịch tính hơn, vào cái lúc đó nó gọi là plot twist. What is that? Okay, let's just think that when the story becomes very dramatic, it becomes very dramatic. And
Surprise.
sorry?
Surprise.
Yeah, surprising. Yes.
Surprising.
It is called plot twist. Câu chuyện nó trở nên rất là thú vị và đáng ngạc nhiên. Thì cái lúc đó tự nhiên lúc quay xe, đúng rồi. Cái câu chuyện tự nhiên lúc đó là lúc quay xe đó. So do you think a good book has to have a good plot twist, or it should be predictable, Because when you read some books, it's very easy to predict the outcomes, the ending, Get it? What do you think, Mister? Do you think a good book has to have a good plot twist then?
Oh, in my opinion, I think a good book not don't need to be to have a good plot twist always.
Mhm.
It depends on the main idea of the authors.
The author. The author.
The authors. I think, but because I'm a fan of detective show, if we're talking about novels and
Detective Joe, right?
detective show, if we're talking about novels, then definitely I enjoy the suspenseful and surprising twist until the last moment.
Okay, there's something called a suspense. It's a feeling of excitement or nervousness that you have when you're waiting for something to happen or uncertain about what it's going to be. Cái cảm giác mà chờ đợi đến cái lúc kịch tính đó là gọi là suspense.
Ừ.
Like when you read or when you watch something and you wait for something exciting to happen, right? Cái cảm giác mà chờ đợi đến lúc kịch tính đó, nó cũng wow, it's a suspense. So is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, I want to say that
Hmm.
when talking about novels, especially my favorite genre, detective, I enjoy plot twist.
A lot twist.
Uh,
A lot
yes,
plot twist.
yes, I enjoy a good plot twist. I
Hmm.
think is the main factors that
Hmm.
made the books become more interesting
Hmm.
and grabbing audience attention.
And it can help the book to sell, It can help the book to sell. Or the book can sell well if it has a good plot twist, I think. Because if it's interesting, people will try to find and buy it, right? I think. So what do you think, Mr. Trio? Do you think a good book has to have a good plot twist then?
Um, I think a good book is not only have a good plastic.
Plot twist. Okay, let's speak slowly. Okay, nói từ từ thôi.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try again.
A good book is a book which provides necessary information or is useful.
The necessary, nhớ âm đầu nha.
Yeah,
The
necessary or
necessary
useful.
information.
Yeah, or useful for our life or our work. For the plastic twist, it only help us to understand more about the
story.
story. Yes. And during the book, there are a lot of events, and the plot twist contributes to the success of the book when it makes the audience surprised and they have to remind about the story from its beginning.
They are reminded. Tại vì remind là phải nhắc cho ai đó cái gì đó.
Yeah.
So they are reminded. Họ được nhắc tới về.
Yeah.
So you remember. Okay, to remind someone of something.
Yeah.
So you have to say they are reminded of. Họ được nhắc tới về cái gì đó.
The detail of the story.
The detail of the story.
Yeah, from its beginning.
From its beginning.
And they have to connect on the events in the story.
And to connect the event in the story, I see.
To
That's
have a
interesting.
conclusion about the ending.
What do you say?
they have to connect all the events to have a conclusion of the event, the story.
I see. All right, let's try another one. So that was 103. Let's try 104. It's about music. So, Mr. What kind of music do you usually listen to?
I don't have any genre of music that I
You don't
love.
have any genre of music that you like?
Genre music that I
Genre.
love
Genre.
that I love the most
Mm.
because it depends on that songs. I enjoy listening to 19th Western music.
Mm.
Yes, there are so many timeless songs, and even now I can still sing along every time I hear them somewhere.
I see.
Because the melody and lyrics
Lyrics.
are
Melody and
lyrics.
lyrics. The melody and lyrics.
The melody and lyrics really beautiful and well well written.
It was well written, yeah. Actually, and it's deep enough, I think. I think it's quite deep enough too. And so, Mr. Do you use any music apps on your phone? Like, for example, there used to be an app called Zing MP3. And now people use Spotify, or sometimes people use other apps. I'm not so sure. So what do you use?
Oh, I use Spotify
Oh, you also use Spotify.
for listening to music. Of course, because I use free version, so it sometimes it's not good because I have to endure commercials for big for and I think it's sometimes it annoys me so much.
I see. Right. How about you, Mr. Trio? What kind of music do you often listen to?
Uh, uh, I like a lot of kind of music.
I like many
Yeah,
kinds of
many
music.
kinds of music. Among those, I prefer pop music and bolero.
Oh, I think it's a specific kind of music. It's called bolero in Vietnam, I think.
Yeah.
I see.
So
And do you use
they
any
are
app on
familiar
your
with
phone?
all Vietnamese and easy to listen when I have time.
I see, I see. So, Mr. Trio, how does music affect your mood then?
Mm, English, sorry, music plays an important role.
Music, nhớ không đâu?
Music,
Music.
music plays an important role.
Music plays
Music
an important role
plays
in.
an important role in my life. Whenever I have bad mood, I listen to funny songs to make me feel better. Sometimes I need to calm down,
Hmm.
and the relaxable music help me to release the
You
stress.
mean relaxing music? The relaxing music
Yeah,
helps me,
to release stress.
no,
To
relieve. Này mới đúng nè. To
release.
relieve stress. Cái chữ xả stress trong tiếng Việt không thể nào dịch
Yeah,
ra là release được nha.
yeah, release.
Relieve. Không có dùng là release này được đâu nha. Không có dịch tiếng Việt tiếng Anh về được đâu nha. You
Yeah,
can use release stress, but it's relieve stress.
release.
Okay? Or reduce stress. Okay? Một lỗi sai cơ bản đấy.
Yeah.
So you should be careful with this one. Okay, so Mr. How about you? How does music affect your mood?
Oh, I have to say that my mood greatly influences the song I listen more than
You
in
mean
convert
you
more
mean
than
it's your
in
mood? You mean it's your mood that influences
yes
the music you listen to? Not the other
Yes,
way around.
yes.
So
When
it's not the other way around. Không phải là ngược lại à. Not the other way around. Okay, let's try again. How does music affect your mood, Mr.?
I have to say that my mood influence the song I listen to, not the music influence my mood. When I'm happy, I listen to lively, fast-paced music. But,
Music.
but when I'm sad, I prefer songs with slow melody and emotional lyrics. It's because it's suitable for my mood.
It suits my mood, yeah. I see. So, Mr. Do you listen to the same type of music as when you were young?
When I was young, I listened to music, uh, many type music that I listened, but but I was listen to my sister style because when I was young, I don't have any style at listening to music.
I didn't have.
I didn't have any style in music. So what she's listened, I listened to. And but I will find what was suitable with me or not.
Suitable to me or not. I see. I see. Now, so Mr. Trill, do you listen to the same type of music as when you were young and now?
During the time at different stages in my life, I listen to various type of music. When I was young, I often listen to pop music, and sometimes I
Music,
heard
music.
music. I listen to non the dance music uh, at the
You listen
party
to
or
jazz?
at the club with my friends.
Oh,
Uh,
I see.
yeah. And on my phone, most of the songs are noisy songs.
Hmm.
However, at this time,
Noisy and annoying.
yeah, yes,
Joking.
at this time, I mainly listen to light music.
You mean easy listening?
Yeah, it's listening and
It's called
easy
easy
to
listening music,
remember the
right?
lyrics.
It's called easy listening music.
Yeah,
Like for example, from Yiruma, for Richard Clayderman, from where is it called? I know the something, you
yeah.
know.
Sometimes I listen to unlyric music.
You mean lyricless
Yeah,
music that
lyric
has
music
no lyric. I
with
mean, music that has no
piano
lyrics,
or
lyricless.
violin.
Instrumental, you mean?
Yeah, instrumental. Mm,
I see. I often listen to instrumental music a lot,
yeah.
because they influence how I do my piano covers. Okay, so how about you, Mistro? Do you prefer listening to music alone or with others?
I prefer listening to music alone. I think it's quite personal
Mm.
for people who want to listen to music with me or not. So
Mm.
I choose to listen alone.
Alone, alone.
Alone.
Alone. Alone.
Alone.
Alone. Chứ không phải alone.
Alone. Alone.
Alone. Alone. Alone.
Alone.
Good. Let's try again. Do you prefer listening to music alone or with others?
I prefer listening to music alone because music is quite personal. That's not always others love listening to music with you, and sometimes we don't share any state in music.
We don't share any
So
taste. We don't share a taste in the same taste in music, right?
the same states in music. So I think listening alone is better. And because music influence people moods very much. So when you feel sad and you want to be alone to listen some
Alone. Alone to listen.
alone and listen to some emotional music that should be annoys others sometimes because they can be very happy and love and at the time they want to listen something fun or lively.
I see. I see. Now, so have you ever attended a live concert, Mr. Trio? Live concerts, yeah.
Yes, I used to attend some live concert. During my student time, my friends work for a celebrity company, and they
So a celebrity company.
yeah, and they gave her some tickets for the singer, and uh she gave me, so I had opportunity to join the live show of some famous singer like Hiền Thục, Đông Nhi, Nu Phước Thịnh.
All right, I heard about those names. Well, of course, they're still fun. They're still quite popular somehow.
Yeah.
But have you ever idolized a singer after listening to one of their songs? So you know the word idol. So idolize, it's the verb here to idolize someone. Thần tượng ai đó.
Yeah.
Have you ever idolized a singer after listening to one of their songs?
Mm, mm, um, Sometime when I have a chance to listen uh a beautiful song or a singer without knowing their name, but I like the lyrics, and after I search the information about that song, I know the name of the singer, and later I often listen to the song of that singer, and day by day I like the voice, like the the appearance, or like mm, the melodies of the songs, and she or he became my idol.
I see. How about you, Mr. True? Have you ever idolized a singer after listening to one of their songs?
I mean, I don't think that idolize any singers is really
I
good.
don't think that idolizing any
I
singer.
don't
Tôi không nghĩ
I
rằng
don't
việc thần tượng hóa ai đó. I don't think that idolizing any singer.
I don't think that idolizing a singer is good at all. Even though I hear many people are enthusiastic about this. However, it seems that this is become a trend among young people currently. Listening to music is visually losing its simplicity. Instead,
Simplicity.
simplicity. Instead,
Simplicity. Simplicity. Sự đơn giản. Okay, what about it?
people just need to listen what they love, not always need to idolize
Idolize.
idolize anyone. I think focusing on their work is better than their private life. And when people idolize any singer, they love they love covering their idol personal life, and that make everything become more complex.
Complex and difficult, isn't it?
Complex.
Right. And that could be not so fun anymore, I say. So have you ever attended a live concert, Mr.?
I didn't attend a live concert before, but I think it can be a very interesting idea.
A very interesting idea.
Interesting idea that someday I can attend concerts with my friends, with my family. But I think it's not easy at all because we don't share the same taste in music. So it can be hard to find a live concert that can adapt to everyone's style.
Okay, Jill, you can go now to 1 minute, okay? All right, so I think let's take a break here. Oh, okay, you're back here. Okay, let's do part 2 now, shall we? Part 2 and 3. Now let me choose something random. There are some new topics that are very weird, you know. I think you might be interested in them. Like, for example, if you go all the way here, this is I still updating new topics, okay? Like, for example, like 134, they ask you a very weird topic of describe a feature on your body that you are insecure about. Miêu tả một cái thứ gì trên cơ thể bạn mà bạn cảm thấy bất an, không an toàn, cảm thấy không thích nó lắm, cảm thấy không thoải mái về nó. Like, for example, I can think most people will talk about their height, you know, how tall they are, and they want to be taller, you know, that's the most common. Or some people, they say that my legs are too skinny. I want a bigger leg. I want a straight leg. Muốn chân thẳng, muốn chân không quá khẳng khiu, gầy gò. Or some people, they think that their belly is too big. They want to lose weight, you know. That could be one thing if you're insecure about. Or I know some people, they think that their chest is too small, you know. They want a bigger chest, something like that. You know, this is a very common thing, but I think it's good to try it, okay? You should say what that feature is, why you feel insecure about it. Tại sao mình lại cảm thấy không an toàn, không bất an về nó. And what you would like it to be, and how you feel about it. Remember, you have only 2 minutes to talk about this part 2, okay? Only 2 minutes, maximum. Part 3, what are some common reasons people feel insecure during their teenage years? Someone say something? Okay, so during their teenage years, of course, what is teenage years? So teenage years are from, let's say, puberty, are from puberty age, it's about 12, 13, to, I think, the end of high school, I think. Actually, teenage year is a debatable term. Nó là một cái term mà người ta vẫn còn đang tranh luận, tranh cãi. It's still a debatable term, I think, because there's another term is called adolescent. Adolescent. It means you are from, say, 14 years old to 19 years old. Tuổi vị thành niên. That's another term, you know. It's adolescence. It's adolescence. Okay. And if you are an adolescent, người ở tuổi vị thành niên. Okay, so it can be a bit, you know, confusing between the word teenage years and adolescence year, you know. But when you talk about teenage years, surely you need to talk about puberty, okay? Phải nói về cái vụ mà puberty, dậy thì. So what are some common reasons people feel insecure during the teenage years? Think about what happened during that time. Suddenly you feel taller. You are taller, right? You become much taller. Suddenly it's called a growth spurt. A growth spurt. Ở Việt Nam gọi là sự trổ giò, lớn nhanh đột ngột. It is growth spurt, and you suddenly become very tall immediately, and of course because of that it's very easy to fall down and hurt yourself, you know. Very easy to do that. And you become much more, how can I say, hậu đậu? You become much more, what's that word? Clumsy. You become much more clumsy. Hậu đậu. Remember those years, right? It was not an easy year to talk about. When you talk about puberty, a lot of things happen. Think about girls start to have curves, những đường cong nhạy cảm. And of course, and breast, và ngực. Okay, and of course, boys start to have a lot more hair where they should not have. Okay, in private areas, những khu vực nhạy cảm có rất nhiều lông mọc chẳng hạn. Boys start to have a lot of more hair in private areas, and also their voices become deeper. And of course, girls, their voices become higher. Nữ thì âm thanh trở nên là tiếng nói trở nên trong hơn, cao hơn, nam thì là trầm hơn. Of course, that's a common thing, you know. And of course, those changes are not easy, okay? And also people can be much more judging, you know. Remember those years, right? Judging. Người ta trở nên hay đánh giá nhiều hơn. People can be much more judging or judgmental based on appearance, you know. Dựa vào cái diện mạo người ta sẽ trở nên là judge mình nhiều hơn. People can be much more judging or judgmental based on appearance in those years. And of course, it was not that easy, you know. And also think about mood swings. When your moods become very, very unstable or unstable mood, you know, tâm trạng rất bất ổn luôn á. Mood swing, unstable mood. And also think about aggressiveness. Some boys become very aggressive, you know. Tính gây hấn. Some boys become very aggressive because of their hormones, you know. Because of their hormonal imbalance. Sự mất cân bằng hormones. Of course, girls can sometimes have that too, you know. Hormonal imbalance happens. And because of hormonal imbalance, it can lead to aggressiveness, mood swings, or unstable mood. And then a lot of other things, you know, can happen. But for sure, Teenage year is not an easy period of life because people feel very, very insecure. You need to talk about the common reasons, okay? Okay, so what can society do to help people who feel insecure? So this question, it's much more broad, okay? It doesn't talk about teenage year anymore. It talk about people in general. Câu này nói về con người nói chung nha, chứ không phải là chỉ vì tuổi dậy thì đâu nha. So what can society do to help people who feel insecure? Think about people who are, let's say, people living with mental conditions such as depression, PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome disorder. Sorry, we call them PTSD. Hội chứng hậu chấn thương, hội chứng căng thẳng hậu chấn thương. Yeah, that's exactly what it is in Vietnamese. A lot of people, they have mental disorder, they can have bipolar disorder, but you don't need to know those things, okay? But most of the time people feel insecure about their weight, their height, their appearance, you know, phần đông của người ta cảm thấy insecure về cái cân nặng, chiều cao và cái độ béo phì, độ mập của họ, okay, cái diện mạo của họ. And what can society do? So think about social support groups, những nhóm hỗ trợ cộng đồng. Of course, you can talk about the LGBTQI plus community. It's actually a minority, you know, a minority in the society. Một cái nhóm thiểu số trong xã hội, of course, and they are vulnerable, of course. Dễ bị tổn hại, vulnerable. They are vulnerable. They are vulnerable. Dễ tổn hại, dễ tổn thương. And of course, they need people to help them, okay? That group. And also think about other groups that society can help them, you know. Think about the old or the elderly, những người già cả. Of course, society needs to help them because they are insecure, because maybe nobody take care of them, you know. Think about the disabled, người gì, người tàn tật, người tật nguyền, tàn tật. Think about those people. They are the one who needs a lot of help from the society, you know. Người cơ nhở, cô đơn, something like that. The old, the elderly, the disabled, the poor. Of course, they are very insecure about their financial situations. Tình huống mà tài chính của họ bây giờ mà ổn đâu. So what can society do to help them? Think about charity work, you know, charity work, social support group, những nhóm ủng hỗ trợ cộng đồng. Think about people can learn to be more inclusive. You know, learning to be more inclusive means like you try to befriend, try to help any people who are insecure, you know, and you do not leave anybody. Mình không có loại bỏ bất kỳ ai ra khỏi xã hội cả, mà inclusive là nó ngược lại của exclusive. Nó sẽ giống như là chăm sóc tất cả mọi người, không để ai bị cơ nhỡ, không để ai bị bỏ rơi chẳng hạn. Learning to be more inclusive means that, you know. Okay, so how might feeling insecure affect someone's job or career? Like, for example, if you're insecure about something, what about your confidence level? Think about your confidence level, you know. confidence level, mức độ và tự tin của bạn như thế nào? If you feel insecure, how would it affect your job or career? Is it easy to be promoted in work? Có dễ được thăng tiến nếu mình không tự tin không? Or if you're insecure, people know it, people know it. Don't think you can hide it, people know it. Không có giấu được đâu, người ta biết hết á. Mình insecure ta biết hết đúng không đâu. Of course. And also think about long term, if your confidence level is bad because you're insecure, you might not be able to get to a higher position, and it's just like that, until you retire or something like that. And also think about people feeling insecure these days. They are afraid. They are afraid to quit their job and start a new one because they are afraid that it's going to be difficult to land a good job. Rất khó để có được công việc tốt. It's hard to land a good job these days. And because they feel insecure like that, they stay in a job for a long time. Không phải là gì liên quan đến cống hiến lâu dài đâu, mà tại vì tôi cảm thấy insecure thôi, tôi mới ở lại thôi. These days people are very practical, còn tại giờ thực tế lắm. Tôi không phải là tôi cống hiến, tôi trung thành đâu, mà tại vì tôi insecure thôi. you know Anyway, now how can insecurity, okay, one more, secure, that's an adjective, and then a noun form is security, sự an toàn, sự an ninh. So of course, insecurity, sự mất an toàn. How can insecurity affect a person's relationships with others? If you are insecure, you might, let's say, shy away from taking part in activities, sẽ rất là xấu hổ, mắc cỡ, không dám tham gia hoạt động chẳng hạn. If you shy away from taking part in activities, it's hard for people to understand you, okay? And hard to keep and to make relationships, friendships, or even work sometimes. Okay, you think of this one and provide some examples to back it up then. Cung cấp một số ví dụ nha. It's not just about love life, okay? It's about work life. It's about friendship. It's about other relationship too, Friendship, for example. And then how does having good self-esteem help with dealing with insecurity? You can train your self-esteem. You can fake it. Even if people are very confident, they still have their insecurity, Even if people are born in the zodiac sign of Leo, they're very confident, but they still have the insecurity. Dù bạn có sinh cung sư tử đi nữa, bạn vẫn có những cái sự bất an của riêng mình. Yeah, of course, everyone has that. However, this question talk about having good self-esteem, good confidence, There's a saying, fake it until you make it. Cứ giả bộ đi, chừng nào đạt được rồi thì ok. Just fake it until you make it. Sometimes people fake being confident, con người ta cứ giả tạo, giống như là kiểu mà cố gắng giống như là cố gắng ra vẻ là tôi tự tin đi. And of course they got a job. And sometimes you get a job but you don't know what to do. You can fake it until you make it, You can learn on the way. Nhiều khi có được việc do tự tin, xong cái cứ học từ từ thôi, từ từ cũng thành công thôi. So it does help with dealing with insecurity inside of you, yeah, somehow. Well, it helps in other situation as well. Think about love, think about if you ask someone out, you know, if dating, trong chuyện hẹn hò thì sao? If you are insecure, you can try to fake it, you know. You can try to be confident and ask them out, you know. Kêu ta có muốn ra ngoài ăn không? And dating with them, you know. Well, it helps dealing with your insecurity, you know. So there's a story I want to tell you. Look at Napoleon. Well, Napoleon is not a high figure, okay? He's not high. He's not tall, okay? He's actually less tall or shorter than an average French man of his age, okay? However, whenever he says something, people are so afraid of him, you know. So look at, oh, of course, he's a Leo. Of course, đương nhiên, sinh công sư tử. Of course, he's a Leo. Of course, he's very confident in nature, okay? And because of that, it helps deal with his insecurity about his height, you know? And also, he has health problems too, but he's confident. That's why it helped dealing with his insecurity and he's still successful, you know? Ông có bệnh trong người nha, và ông cũng lùn hơn những người Pháp bình thường nữa. Nhưng mà do ông tự tin cho ông mới thành công được á. You know, you see, has a good self-esteem. It helped deal with insecurity a lot, you know. Oh well. Those are some of my examples. Okay, you should think about this one. Okay, you first, Miss Group. Can you describe a feature on your body that you are insecure about?
Oh, about myself.
About myself.
About myself, I feel insecure about my teeth because they are not even beautiful. Many people know that a beautiful smile make
Smile. A beautiful
smiles
smile.
makes people smile become more attractive to those who they interact with. Therefore, I rarely smile.
Therefore,
Broadly,
rarely smile.
rarely smile broadly in front of others. I usually just smile faintly, and I think it's quite a disadvantage because it makes people think I'm unfriendly when they first meet me. Of course, yes, of course, I want to improve this, and I'm currently undergoing teeth treatment to have a nicer teeth.
Mhm.
And I hope this will make me more confident in the future.
Hey. Okay, good. That's good. All right, so Mr. Trilly, please describe a feature on your body that you are insecure about.
Uh, to be honest, I like eating and drinking. That is the reason I am gaining weight, and I'm so a little big at this time, and my belly is bigger, so it makes me
Everyone is getting fatter, don't
inconfident about
worry.
myself. Yeah, uh, I get gray quickly recently, so my appearance is a little ugly. So
Oh.
with the heavy body and the bigger belly, I feel insecure to stand in front of people.
Mm.
So knowing that fact, I'm trying to lose some weight to be fit. Um, And I think with a sharp body, I will be more active and
More
um
healthier
and
and
healthier through other things. At that time, people will not have body shaming on me.
people will not try to body shame me.
Yeah.
Yeah, people will not try to body shame me. Yeah. All right, good. How you feel about it? Okay, got it. Okay, so Mr. Please, what are some common reasons people feel insecure during their teenage years?
Mm. I think during their teenage years,
Teenage
many
years, teenage years,
teenage years,
teenage years.
during their teenage year, many people experience insecurities about their physical features due to a variety of factors,
You
such
mean
as
a variety of factors?
variety of factors.
A variety of factors. Một số
Yeah,
nhân tố. Mhm. A variety of factors. Mhm.
it can be about rapid trends in the body, such as growth spurs, weight gain, and change in body shape. The girls becomes more curvy, and the boys have beard.
Mhm.
And an important things that about
Beard.
skin
Beard.
problems like acne are usually happen to adolescents, causing many teenagers to feel uh, insecurity about their appearance.
You mean feel insecure. Phải dùng tính từ nó. You need the adjective form.
Feel insecure about their appearance.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Chiu, what can society do to help people who feel insecure then?
Uh, uh, to help people feel secure, we can have a lot of activity to help them better. First, we can talk and share with them more often. Uh, Whenever they face difficulties, we can ask for their problem and give their advice to solve. Uh, Besides, we can uh, give them uh, some facility to
Mhm.
pass their challenge in work or in life or in study. Uh, Next, we can companion with them to
We
help them
can
feel more
become their
confident.
companion.
Yeah,
We can become their companion.
yeah, a companion with them to help them feel more confident.
Mm. But you
And
know,
finally,
sometimes if people are insecure, if sometimes people are negative in nature, it's impossible to help them, you know. Một số người mà họ đã tiêu cực sẵn rồi á, nếu
yeah,
họ secure thì em có giúp mấy cũng không có tác dụng. You know, some
yeah.
people it's like that. I have seen those cases. Oh, well. So what do you think, Mr. What can society do to help people who feel insecure?
I think people who feel insecure is really need help
They really,
because
yeah.
they really need help because they usually cannot do many things confidently.
Mhm.
So the first thing that society can help them is that about their their idea, their mind.
Mhm.
Many campaigns and education can be organized to have people realize what is really important to them. It's not about others' judgment. They need to believe in themselves and they can overcome any challenge. I know that nowadays challenges. I know that many people have post-traumatic stress disorder.
You mean PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder?
Yes, most or least, people usually feel insecure. They can stem from family problems, study problems, or the bully in the past.
If they were bullied in
when
the
they were
past,
bullied
right?
in the past, yes, and that's make them suffering. Makes them
Suffer.
suffer.
It makes them suffer.
Suffer a lot. So it's important that societies can help them to overcome their fear.
I see. I see. Right. Like, but exactly what kind of help do you think it's helpful, Mr. Nó
I
phải rõ
think
ràng là cái loại help nào chứ chẳng hạn.
I want to talk about education and some event that they can share about how they help themselves to overcome their fear and have others find their own way to help themselves. And I think that help others, helping others is not always about money or very expensive gift. It's about the proper method.
The proper methods, man. Okay.
Yes, it's really suitable with each other.
I see. I see. Okay. So Mr. Trill, how might feeling insecure affect someone's job or career? You are an HR, you are a human resource office worker, or you know, we work in human resource. You probably know the answer for this.
Yeah. The feeling insecure cause a lot of effects to people.
Careful. Effecto là sai rồi. So they can cause, they can have a
Negative
bad
effect.
effect
Negative impact.
on people.
Yeah.
Hoặc là có thể dùng là it can affect people a lot. Cẩn thận nha, giới từ.
Yeah.
It can have a bad effect on people. Or you can use a verb form. It can affect people badly or a lot. Let's try again. How am I feeling insecure affect someone's job or career?
Yeah. Insecure feeling have a bad effect on people, especially in their career. They are not confident about themselves, so they deny some opportunity to find a good job. They think they are not good enough to get a well-paid career.
You mean a well-paid job? Career nó là cái con đường công danh sự nghiệp nha. Job chỉ là một việc thôi.
A well-paid job.
Yes.
In working, they are scared of fighting with their co-workers or to debate with their boss
To
about
debate with their job, their boss.
The boss about the issue caused in working. Insecure feeling also cause negative um, touched on people.
Mm.
Yeah, they always think that they are um, they are bad.
Always think that they are bad
Yeah.
or they're not good enough, something like that.
They don't have any competency to do the job good.
Competence, you mean they don't have any competence to do the
Yeah,
job?
yeah, competent to do the job. Uh, and so they cannot confirm their status in the company or in their organization.
They are not competent enough.
Yeah,
So
they cannot. So, so, uh, uh, so their organization cannot promote them for a higher
I
position.
mean they are superior.
Yeah,
So they are superior, superior. So they're superior,
can't
cannot
promote them
cannot promote them,
for a
cannot
higher
promote them
position.
to a higher work position. Yep, agreed. Okay, so what do you think, Mr. How might feeling insecure affect someone's job or career then? In your view, what do you think?
In my opinion,
Hmm.
feeling insecure is an special experience that everyone goes through,
Everyone has to
especially
go through, right?
yes, has to go through, especially who have experienced trauma in the past.
Mm.
This can be related to issues in relationship, uh, and without effective emotional management.
Management.
This
Mm.
management, these fears can hinder the career path,
Their career path. It
their
can hinder
career
their
path.
career path.
It can hinder their career paths. A common result is lack of confidence, which leads to indecisiveness in any decision making.
In the decisiveness
Indecisiveness.
in any
Decision.
in any decision making,
Mm.
in any decision making. Right.
Mm.
And what
This,
is the result of that if you are indecisive?
yes, it can cause their boss and co-workers to lack trust in them
Mm.
and undervalue their worth, making it difficult to advance in their
Career. In
career,
career.
in their career.
Mhm.
Mm.
Very well. So, Mr. Trio, how can insecurity affect a person's relationship with others then?
Uh, a good relationship
Relationship.
depends on the cooperation of two people. For insecurity person, they are not able to talk or to share with the other confidently.
Conf-
Uh,
Confidently.
yeah, so they will easy to lose when when
When
debating
debating, right? When debating.
debating. Uh, they are afraid of giving their advice to their friends or their coworkers.
Hmm.
Even in the meeting, uh, they are they don't have ability to share their opinion to the others, and they are the reason that insecure people are often uh, unsuccess,
You mean
unsuccessful.
unsuccessful
Yeah,
because they feel voiceless, you know. They feel
yeah,
like they have no voice.
yeah.
Không, giống như không có trọng lượng, vậy là nó không trọng lượng luôn á. They feel like they have no voice at all and nobody listen to them. It's like that. Hmm, I see. But how about other relationships then? Think about love life. What do you think? Not just about work, okay? What do you think, Mr. Trill? What about other kind of relationships then?
Sorry, could you repeat it?
Like, for example, let's think about love life. It's not just about work. If
Uh,
someone insecure, would they be would it affect their relationship with, like, say, their friends or lover,
yeah.
or would they be successful at dating, thành công trong chuyện đi hẹn
Mm,
hò không,
mm,
something like that.
yeah. Um, in their love or in their life, insecure person cannot achieve a good relationship.
Nhớ là person là số ít, people số nhiều của nó.
Yeah. They mm, so they are too shy to show their themselves
Ừ.
uh, with the others. They and they are mm,
They're
and
usually too shy, and they can let many good opportunities pass by, Ừ. Có thể để nhiều cơ hội tốt tự nhiên nó cứ rớt ra khỏi bàn tay của họ. It can
and
just
in some
pass
way
by.
people don't look down on them.
Exactly. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to say. People can look down on them a lot. Very good. People often look down on them a lot because of their insecurity. So, what do you think, Mr.? How can insecurity affect a person's relationship with others then?
I think this can be quite detrimental to
Mm,
any relationship, whether personal or professional.
mm,
Many people hesitate to have a partner or start a family due to painful experience from their past,
mm,
especially if they come from unhappy families.
mhm,
And it's quite common nowadays. They lack confidence in their ability to be good partners
mhm.
and to be loved.
Mm. They lack the confidence to be good partners or to be loved. Very good. I like the way you say it. Họ thiếu tự tin để trở thành một cái người tình tốt, hoặc là một cái người mà yêu tốt, hoặc là thiếu tự tin để được yêu. Well, actually, it's important that they know this one. So what is the problem with that then?
This negative feeling
Mm,
causes them to withdraw from their societal
society,
circles,
you mean?
mm,
Social circle, you mean?
social circle, make them lost happy and
Make them
happiness,
lose their own happiness,
lose
right?
lose their own happiness and connection with others.
Wow, it happens. It happens. What can I say? If it happened, it happens. Nó xảy ra thì nó phải xảy ra thôi. Well, okay, so Mr. Trill, how does having good self-esteem help with dealing with insecurity then? Is it helpful to try to have a good self-esteem? I think I told you this one before. Yeah, it's a good strategy to deal with your insecurity by trying to have a good self-esteem. So what do you think, Mr. Trill? Is it a good idea?
Hello.
Yes. So how does having a good self-esteem help with dealing with insecurity? What do you think? Is it a good strategy?
Mm, Uh, if you have self-esteem, you can balance your feeling and
You can balance your
balance. Yeah, you can balance your feeling, and you can control your emotion to deal with insecurity when facing mm, the situation. You can have a good solution,
mm,
and you can uh, suggest uh, um, mm, an opinion to give the others to to a better outcome.
oh, anything else?
Uh, and if you have a self-esteem, uh,
You have a self-esteem, esteem
esteem,
nha,
you
để ý
can
hai chữ
pass.
e nè, hai chữ e nè,
Yeah,
y kéo dài nè.
esteem. Yeah,
Esteem, self-esteem,
esteem. Esteem.
self-esteem.
Esteem. You can pass over the obstacle in your life easily.
Mm. You think so?
Yes.
Sometimes I try to have a confidence, but the problem is still a problem. You know, well, it's not that easy. Okay, having a confidence is helpful, but it's not everything, you know, nó không phải là tất cả mọi thứ đâu nha. It's only something necessary, but it's not everything. Nó chỉ là một điều cần thôi, chứ không phải tất cả mọi thứ đâu. You know. Okay, so what do you think, Mr. How does having a good self-esteem help with dealing with insecurity?
Normally,
Mm.
insecurities usually accompanied with self-esteem, with lack of self-esteem,
Lack of self-esteem.
a lack of self-esteem. So I think that really need to be uh, to be to try to improve people's self-esteem, and that need to come from their insight, not
That come from their inside, need to radiate. Giống như là nó
not
tỏa ra từ cái người đó. The confidence, like I think the confidence needs to radiate from to radiate from that person. Otherwise, people will not believe in it, I think. Yes, continue, please.
yes, and uh it can be a real confidence or not. But if people want people try to improve this every day, every time, and it can be affect and help them some
It
days,
can affect and help them.
Mm.
Because high self-esteem can make people have better relationship.
Mm.
They can promote healthy communication in relationship, allowing individuals to express their need and feeling better, and they can share with others their insecurity.
Insecurity.
They can find help easier for them who don't want to share anything about themselves.
I see. I see
And
your point.
and when they are confident enough, they can focus on their
Focus on,
personal growth.
they can focus on their
They can
personal role.
focus on personal growth. This can encourage their
Encourage.
it can encourage them to focus on their journey rather than comparing themselves to others. We can reduce their feeling of
Insecurity.
insecurity.
Okay, great. It's look good. Right. Okay, I think we can end it here. It's like a lot of practice today already. Okay. I'll copy this one.